What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone, the day after the Real Madrid game. And I don't want to talk about the game. We talked about the game. We will talk about the game later tonight. But the big story before the game, and also a story now, and it will be a story, it will be something big because it's something big, is that Locatelli got benched. Tudor benched his captain away to Real Madrid because apparently there were disagreements between Locatelli and Tudor during the Como game, before, after, etc. So he made that decision to bench Locatelli. Now, I'm going to talk in this video and I'm going to say, or I'm going to tell what I believe Locatelli is right, wrong, and Tudor is right, wrong, for similar reasons and reasons we've seen in the past. However, there will only be one outcome, and the outcome will be that Tudor will be removed and these players will still win, even though maybe they have a case. But when it happens too many times, we need to come to a conclusion that these guys are just not it. They shouldn't be playing for this club. A lot of people should not be at this club, but yet they are at this club, and we can see these repetitive things coming back week in, week out. But before we get into it, smash the like button. Do that. Very important. Today's YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel, and yeah, let's dive into it. Okay, so Locatelli got benched. That's a story because there is a disagreement. Now, they're both wrong and right at the same time. I'm not the biggest Locatelli fan, as people know. I think he's been playing well this season. When people say, oh, he doesn't play forward passes, well, if you look at the stats, he's up there with the best of the best, actually, in playing forward. The difference is, what Tudor is asking to do is suicidal, basically. He's asking him to do a job from extremely deep because of the squad, and that's not his fault, maybe, because the squad is built in that type of way. But Locatelli is asked to do so much. There's a thing that stand out from that Como game. It was in the second half, and Locatelli plays that ball into Koopmeiners, and Koopmeiners, instead of, twisting 90 degrees and look forward and play forward, he just plays it back, I think to Kelly it was, and you see Locatelli losing his mind, telling Koopmeiners, what the hell are you doing? Just open up your body and play forward. Why are you playing it backwards again? And I think that's where the frustration stems. I think that was one of the disagreements he had with Tudor, whatever. So what Tudor is asking to do is unreal. If you actually look at it deep into it, and I'm not a tactician, whatever, but people out there will document that for you, and it's not fun for Locatelli to do. Actually, it's also impossible the way we play. So I get Locatelli's frustration. That's fine. What I don't get from Locatelli is posting pictures of, or dropping little hints of the captain armband, etc., being benched before the game. If you're a real captain, you don't care about that. You take it on the chin for the team, and you have a problem, you go behind closed doors, you talk to Tudor, you talk to Comoli, you fix it, you move on. That's how you should operate as a leader of a team, of Juve, any team. That didn't happen. And I've said it, the moment, and again, it's not that I think Motta was a fantastic coach and he was doing a fantastic job. But that interview from Motta, what I brought up a couple of days ago, when he was talking about the players, and he said, the attitude shown is unacceptable. He said, I feel responsible, but these players should know better to wear this badge. They should be doing better, the bare minimum. All these things, they don't show that. They lack awareness. They lack motivation to play for this club. All these things Motta said. And when Motta got sacked, I'm like, I remember that video vividly. I said, forget what you think about Motta as a coach. Listen to what he said about this group. And people are like, oh, the players are right. He's crap at coaching. I'm like, but the players are not good as well. And you're backing these players, and it's happening again. It's happening again. And Tudor is not a good coach. Tudor is at fault as well. One, he's wrong for benching Locatelli, in my opinion. It makes no sense because you're asking him to do something insanely. And actually, he's surviving. One of the few this season who's actually surviving, in my opinion. I'm not his biggest fan. So he's wrong in that opinion, from that aspect. He's right to bench Locatelli if Locatelli said something. At the end of the day, he's still the coach. I rate him or I do not rate him. He's still the coach. You cannot do certain things. As a leader of that group, you cannot do that, period. So right, and wrong. But the thing that comes back every single time is these players. These players every single time have a lot of things to say. No matter who it is. If that was Chiellini or Buffon or Del Piero, whatever, like players who actually won stuff and know what it takes to win, and they speak up to the coach or they make a statement, I'm like, hold on, maybe, you're right, and we need to listen. But these players have done nothing for this club. All summer I was saying, I don't care who we sell unless we replace, like, there is a problem at this club when people feel like they're leaders, but they're not leaders. They're just benefiting of a weak management. Like Danilo is the prime example, for example. People are like, oh, we lost the leadership. No, we didn't lose his leadership. He only complained the moment the management said, okay, enough, we're not doing this anymore. When he couldn't benefit of hiding behind a weak management, picking up the paycheck, etc., then they all start complaining. When things are going bad, when we start looking at them a little bit, then they complain. Before that, when they can benefit, they're not doing that. It keeps happening. Perin, the same thing. All these guys, they think they're leaders, but they're not leaders. What are they leading us to? The only thing they're leading us to is getting managers sacked year in, year out at this point. They will do it with the next one as well. So I get Tudor for making a statement. I get Locatelli for being angry. I don't get Locatelli for making a fuss about it. And I don't get Tudor for benching Locatelli. At the end of the day, it's a mixture of mistakes. It all stems down from the management because players only do this if they feel the management is weak. They only keep getting away with this when they know, while there's no control, we are actually in control. We can do the hell we want. That's the only way players get away with it. Week in, week out, year in, year out, month in, month out. That is a massive trouble. So we can sack Tudor. We will have this cycle again and again with these group of players. A group of players who've done nothing for this club significantly, who think they should be playing for this club, who think they deserve to be at this club as well, which makes it worse, who think they are leaders, who know it all, etc. They keep us bringing us into this situation, And I've said it at the time when we sacked Motta, I'm like, fine, but it will happen again because I do not trust this group of players. And here we are, not even like a year after, like just about half a year, whatever. And we're entering that same situation. We're entering that same cycle. It's unbelievable. But yeah, but I do get Locatelli's frustration because pre-game, Tudor said, if everyone thinks about formation, etc., your guys are not okay, basically. That's not. It's formation and tactics matter a little bit. And then it becomes about heart and desire. And I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Like, what are we a football club? Are you a coach? Do you want to coach or do you want to, be a hype man and tell the players, make it happen because you have talent? So I get the frustrations on both sides. But at the end of the day, the conclusion is the same. Weak management allows this. Players throw the coach under the bus. Coach who's just not good enough to begin with, get sacked, recycle, do it again. And here we will be in the next couple of months. So odd situation, but we all know how this will end and we all know who will get away with it. As always. So let me know in the comments what you think. Like the video, and I will speak to you guys later for a live show. Ciao.